Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So this video is about Eternal Crusade because there is a brand new patch. I have the patch notes in front of me. I'm going to go through it. I'll be showing stuff off in the background, all the stuff. I've got some footage going on in the background, but I'll be like putting pictures up and stuff of all the new content, discussing it, talking about it, giving my feelings and all that funky stuff. So let's just jump in and let's get started. So I cannot remember the last time Eternal Crusade actually got a patch. It has to be 2-3 months ago, surely. That was like the last time it ever got a patch. So there's been a lot of hype around this patch. People have been saying, you know, it's a big patch. Some people have gone as far to say that this patch is going to save the game. I really didn't get my hopes up or hype up for the patch, to be fair. But there is some kind of nice, cool stuff. But all in all, I personally think that the patch is quite flat. Once I downloaded it and played it, there was nothing really there inspiring me at all. Nothing just making me go, oh, okay, this is awesome, that's awesome, this is awesome. There was nothing really involved in this patch that made me do that. Now, the patch itself has 2 new maps. Well, technically, there's 1 brand new map. The second new map is a reskin and different doors added to another map. The brand new map, which has never been done before, is called well, it's basically a hold the line map where you have to take A, then you have to take B, then C to win the game, and you have to defend A, B, C to actually win the game if you're a defender. Now, this new one's called Carmine Ascent. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. I actually got to play this today during when the patch went live. Downloaded it, played it all, and I got to say, I played it as Orcs. It was fun because it was like a new map, just running around, getting lost and stuff. But it seemed to be heavily in favour of the defenders. It's like if you get a proper team on there and just get some auto cannons or, you know, heavy bolters, just locking down a couple of doors, a couple of routes, you can easily just defend that map. And I think it's going to be quite brutal when you actually get like organised people actually on these maps. I think the pugs who are just going around in like their 2s and 3s, some, you know, small groups of friends, are absolutely got to get spanked if they're going to be attacking on this map. And the next map is new supremacy map, Pegasus Station Recovered. So the previous Pegasus Station was all like snowy and it had like this lava river running through it. This one is now just like all desert. Like certain points have been changed around, so there's doors where they weren't doors before, there's ramps been removed where they were ramps before. It's like the bridge from A to B, there's like a big hole in it now, so you have to like jump on the stairs and go around it and all that kind of stuff. It looks nice, and I would definitely say the maps do look nice. They look really cool, but for someone who's been playing this game since day one, I would expect brand new maps, not reskinned maps. With the way people and the developers have been speaking about this patch, I would expect just 2 brand new maps instead of reskinned version of maps. But I think at the moment, with the size of the Eternal Crusade team, I think this is all we can really expect in terms of new content with maps and stuff. Now, we also have some new weapons added to the game as well. As you've seen in the background now, I've got the pictures up, taken straight from the patch notes. So we'll start off with the Chaos Space Marines, who have a Iron Warrior Hazard Strike Bolt Gun. They have a white chainsword. Again, pretty cool. Orcs have some spiked knuckles, a shooter with a black, red/gold colour scheme. Eldar have the Avenger Shuriken Catapult, Shuriken Cannon with new VXF bullet trails, and teal/grey/blue colour schemes. And Space Marines have Red Chainsaw with a unique looking wing guard, Blood Angels colour scheme bolt gun, a Space Wolf sword, and a bolt pistol. Now, let me just say that I welcome any kind of content in a game, but I feel with Eternal Crusade we've been waiting that long, and all we get is just these couple of weapons. I feel kind of robbed in a way. It feels empty. Like when I load up Eternal Crusade, I want to show it off. I want to get excited. I want to have fun. I want to stream it. I want to show it off to other people, get other people excited, get people in the game and purging. But when I just look at like this kind of content that's taken, what, 2-3 months, like I said before, just to come out, and I'm looking at it thinking this is pretty pathetic. It's really nothing to get me excited over one bit. Like, I've tried some of the weapons in game as well, and I've got to say, like the burning las cannon is not really impressive that much. You can shoot through like a couple of targets, but he doesn't one-shot them or anything like that. So it's kind of hard to ever even kill someone. You have to more or less kill people that have already lost life and stuff. And even then, it's really hit or miss if you actually do kill him. So yeah, I'm not really impressed with some of the weapons. Again, that's more or less down to balancing at the moment, but for the amount of content that we've got in this patch, I am not impressed one bit. I really was hoping that this patch was going to be a big patch. It was going to put a ton of content in. It was going to get me excited. It was going to get other people excited. The people who I've speaking to have had the same opinion as me, that it's just not enough. This patch is really nothing to get excited over, and that's a huge shame. Now on to the balancing, because this is where, let's say, this is where the fun begins. So there's been tweaks to bolt guns and their attachments. Now I've actually just been playing orcs, to be fair. I have really no more fun playing Space Marines anymore. But from what I've heard of people, that the spread on the bolt guns is just absolutely stupid, absolutely silly now. It says here that smart pistols have had their spread increased. To be fair, just take smart pistols out of the game. Any kind of weapon which just locks onto a target, which is a ranged weapon which shoots projectiles, shouldn't be in a multiplayer online game. It should just be left. Just let player skill determine whether you kill someone, not locking onto someone and just spamming your button. I think that is a terrible weapon. It's always been terrible since day one. I have no idea why it's still in the game. And the Orc skip launcher buff has come in, and I've got to say, from the people who I've been playing with, like I said, I've been playing Orc, they said they can't tell a difference at all. It's basically just as crap as always, so I don't think there's much of a buff in that department. I haven't used it myself, but like I said, the people who I've been playing with said it's absolutely crap, so nothing new there. Now this is kind of funny. So melter bombs and melter bomb bundle damage has been reduced, which I welcome. I think melter bombs were way too powerful, especially the fire dragons on the Eldar side. They could basically just one-shot a rhino or a truck in 3 or 4 seconds and just take it out. Extremely overpowered Eldar as always. But now we have something even more brutal, which the Eldar vehicles have had their health increased. So this is kind of amusing, since the Eldar vehicles are probably one of the biggest headaches in this game, because how Eternal Crusade works, if you're driving a truck or a Rhino or a Chaos Space Marine Rhino, when you hit someone, the truck kind of slows down, or the Rhino kind of slows down and takes the momentum of your vehicle going forward. But with Eldar vehicles, that's not the case. Since they glide, they can just come in and pancake your entire team, and they'll just keep their speed going and going and going. So you normally find that 2 people get in an Eldar vehicle and just drive around the map just running people over. They don't normally even shoot the guns. They just drive around and just run people over. That's like an Eldar tactic, just to run people over. So it was incredibly hard to stop these vehicles. Like with Space Marines, you can use the grav guns to slow them down and that kind of stuff. But with Chaos and Orcs, it was incredibly hard to kill the vehicles, and now they've even made it even harder to kill the vehicles. It's a complete head-scratching moment for me, since Eldar are so overpowered as it is in this game. Of course, people are going to be going, oh, Valrak's complaining about overpowered Eldar again. Well, I've got news for you. Half the playbase who I knew have left this game because of how unbalanced Eldar are, and they're never going to be coming back until something actually happens to the Eldar. And when you're sending out stuff like this with Eldar vehicles health increased, guess what? It's just going to scare the player base away even more. It's just as simple as that. There's been a big change to veterans. Veterans are now immune to one-shots and are not affected by critical a critical state anymore. I think what the problem was, you had people like the Orc Cannons. I used to do it all the time. I used to just one-shot veterans and take them down, and they're just out the game. And when you think like these veterans have like got all this armor added on and stuff like that, and you just spawn it and they're just like instantly one-shotted and taken out the game. So it can be kind of brutal. So I do welcome that change. If you are playing a veteran, you're supposed to feel like a veteran. You're supposed to feel powerful. And when you just get one-shotted off something, then it kind of just ruins that feeling. So I do welcome that that change to now veterans are not just instantly just mowed down. The notes of this patch also state that the Promethean Mine, which was a map, which was an infantry-only map, may I add, has been temporarily removed for upgrades. Now, I don't know what the upgrades are going to be. It all depended what team you actually got on Promethean Mine. If you went a team against full-on what they called autocannons, or like a team of Eldar who were all just flying around as little fairy boys and just pew-pewing everything, then it just become absolutely brutal. Again, plasma cannons all up at sea and stuff. You could just rain down fire and just kill everything. It was a very, very brutal match. I thought in hugely advanced to the defenders, and yeah, I welcome some changes. It's going to be interesting to see what changes are going to be. Very, very interesting to see what changes are going to be. Again, there's not a lot of people that really test these maps. I know there's like a handful of dedicated players who are still on the UATs and stuff playing this stuff, but these maps come out, and from what I find is that they're incredibly imbalanced because they haven't got the mass amount of people to go in there and test it and have these big massive battles on there and stuff like that. So I fear that Carmine Ascent, the new map that's just come out, that's really going to be taken off rotation probably in the next patch well, I'm hoping in a month, not 3 or 4 months again, and maybe they can fix that one as well, because like I said, from what I've played from it, it is incredibly imbalanced when you come to attack it. I'm just going to stop there, just reading from the patch notes. If you actually want to go and read it for yourself and take a look and read it all the way through, there's some information I missed, but nothing too big. Like there's some bug fixes which won't really affect you, or you probably didn't even notice, to be fair. But I actually just want to speak about the game as a whole right now, where it is right now on this day. And I think it is, personally, is in a pretty bad state. I know the community who are still around are trying their utmost best to organise events, get people playing and stuff like that. But I still feel there's just a lack of love for the game, if that's the right word to use, from the development side of it. I feel like they're running on empty, and they're just trying to get their way to the end goal, but it's not really going to get there because the car is running out of fuel, and it just can't make it. It just cannot make it, and I feel it's such a shame because this game, it has the foundation of greatness. It really does have the foundation of greatness. I played this since day one. I used to love enjoying it, but now it's every time I log on and I'm logging off, I feel like I die a little bit inside for my love for Eternal Crusade. It's just going down that route where I'm just not having fun with it anymore, and that saddens me because I've invested so much time. I've met so many good people through the game. I've saw all these communities spring up which are connected to the game, and I just feel it's a real huge shame. My only hope for this game now is the Steam Workshop, where the community get involved, and that's really, it's more or less giving control. Well, I won't say control, but it's, it's giving the reins of the beast over to the community to let them work their magic on it and hopefully bring some new awesome stuff in. But I have no idea when that's going to happen. I hopefully this year, because if it doesn't happen this year, then the game is more or less just dead and buried. I think we're getting 400, 500 max, probably not even the 500 max when it comes to people playing online, which is very, very awful, very, very sad. All right, everyone, that's me done for another video. Go and check it out yourself. Go and download it if you still play the game. Again, there's a link to the patch notes in the description of this video if you want to go read it for yourself. For me, I'm going to go to Florida now for a couple of weeks and enjoy some family time. So I shall see you all when I return. Have a great day and have a great rest of the week, and I shall see you in a couple of weeks. See you, everyone, and bye-bye.